Hello, this is Dr. Gaurangi Bhatia. This video is for the 12th class students. In this, I am going to discuss the chapter The Lost Spring by Anis Jung from English book Flamingo. First of all, I would like to tell you something about the author. Anis Jung is a renowned Indian scholar and poet. She worked as journalist and editor for major newspapers in India and abroad. She is noted especially for her lively and vivid description. Jung hit the headlines with the publication Unveiling India in 1987, which is primarily a travel diary that focuses on interviews with women. Now let us discuss the summary of The Lost Spring. The story Lost Spring deals with the deplorable and miserable conditions of the poor children who get forced to miss the simple, playful, joyful moments of childhood because of their socioeconomic. She focuses on the children who are doing menial and hazardous tasks to supplement the income of their families. These children are not given the opportunity of schooling and are compelled to start working early in life. Most of them succumb to various diseases before attaining their youth. The author Anis Jung strives hard to eliminate child labor through her book. She propagates the education of children and enforcement of strict laws against child labor by the government. The message is to put an end to child exploitation and let all children enjoy their days of the spring and joy. This chapter has various themes. First, the child labor. Second, the exploitation of the poor. Third, societal setup and living conditions. Third, apathy of politicians and the rich. Fourth, vicious circle, a web of poverty. Loss and stolen imply the deprivation of something that an individual has the right to possess. For these children, they deserve a happy, merry, carefree childhood but are robbed of it. They are weighed down with responsibility and have to struggle for survival. Spring is a metaphorical term parallel to childhood. Spring is the most pleasant season of the entire year. It represents happiness, joy, youth, color, ease, beauty, bloom, flourishing, vitality, energy. Similarly, the childhood have the same attributes, but in the story, this ideology is completely reversed. Now let us discuss the story of the Lost Spring. The story consists of two parts. The first part talks about the writer's impressions about the life of the unfortunate rag pickers who migrate from Dhaka and find a settlement in Simapuri, a place of the periphery of Delhi. They end up their fields and homes due to storms. They come to the big city to find a living but are poor. The narrator watches Sahib, the rag picker, every morning, who is always searching for gold in his neighborhood. Garbage is actually the means of survival for the elders, and it is something wrapped in the wonder for children. Sometimes the children find a coin or two from it. Even they have desires and ambitions, but they have no clue about how to achieve them. There are many things which are beyond their reach, like shoes, tennis, and many more. Later on, Sahib starts working on a tea stall where he earns 800 rupees along with meals, but the job takes away all his childhood freedom. The second part talks about life of Mukesh, who belongs to the family of bangle makers. Firozabad, a city in Uttar Pradesh, is well known for its glass blowing industry. Approximately 20,000 children are part of this business, and any law that forbids child labor is brutally ignored here. Moreover, the working environment and the living conditions are too pathetic there. Children work in dingy cells and work around hot furnaces that lose their vision when they enter adulthood. They hardly find any way to escape this trap due to their financial conditions. The politicians, policemen, middlemen, and bureaucrats obstruct their way of progress. Most women in such families think that this is their fate and just follow the tradition since long. But Mukesh, in this contrast to his family, believes that he has still a chance. He has a hope of being a motor mechanic someday, but at the same time, he is practical and rational about his dreams. When asked if he dreams of flying a plane, he replies no. He knows that flying plane is a way of beyond his reach, and therefore he is content with his dream of car. Now, there are two main characters. Let us understand with the help of this flowchart. Sahib Alam, and second is Mukesh. Sahib Alam is a rag picker and he lives in Simapuri. Whereas Mukesh is a son of a bangle maker and he lives in Firozabad. And the social conditions. Sahib survival is by rag picking and he lives in mud houses devoid of sewage, and Mukesh survival is by working in grass industry and he lives in small miserable dwelling crumbling walls. Child labor. Both are child laborers. Sahib works at a tea stall whereas Mukesh works in a glass industry. They have dreams. Sahib's dream is to go to school and he wants a pair of shoes, whereas Mukesh wants to be a motor mechanic. They both have lost their childhood, freedom, innocence. Now, this chapter has irony also. The irony lies in the fact that these children are conditioned to work for their families so that they can earn their meal. The example given is of Savita, a young girl soldering pieces of glass. She is deprived of her childhood, burdened with responsibilities, struggling for survival. She does not realize what is stolen from her. Now, at last, I have given some important questions answers based on the chapters. And do just go through all these question answers. Hope these question answers will help you. Thank you so much.